This slideshow gives a brief overview of the Housing Initiative Transactional Clinic at the University of Chicago Law School. Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Leslie, the Director of the Housing Initiative Transactional Clinic. This short presentation is designed to give students an overview of our clinic and the work we do. My own background is as a transactional lawyer in city government, working on municipal finance, economic development, and affordable housing transactions. I've been a clinical teacher since 2002. The Housing Initiative is a transactional clinic that works with clients to build new housing for low-income people. Students serve as deal lawyers, working closely with clients and teams of professionals on land and building acquisition, financing, construction, and management of real estate. Affordable housing transactions provide great training for students in whatever transactional setting they pursue in their careers. Mergers and acquisitions, structured finance, and a host of other corporate transactions follow a rhythm and share the same components as our transactions in the clinic. There are negotiations of business points to lay out pricing, timing, and other key terms of the deal. A contract or set of contracts is negotiated and drafted to cover those deal points and address business, regulatory, and liability risk. Next, there's due diligence, where the parties and their lawyers collect and analyze information and documents relevant to the deal. And finally, there's a closing, where documents are signed and money and property are exchanged. Housing Initiative graduates have gone on to work in corporate departments of major law firms, in mergers and acquisitions practice, in private equity practice, in the nonprofit sector, and in government. Working with nonprofit clients, we help them plan for their development deals, counseling them on business issues, advising on organizational issues and corporate governance, and counseling them on nonprofit law and tax issues. For the development transactions themselves, our clinic negotiates and drafts contracts, including limited liability company operating agreements, agreements of limited partnership, loan documents, construction contracts, and architect agreements. We work on the structuring of the transaction, meaning decisions about what entities and what contracts need to be put in place. Our deals can be quite complex with multiple layers of financing, and we handle the closing of the transactions on behalf of our clients. The Housing Initiative is part of the Mandel Legal Aid Clinic, whose mission is to serve as advocates for people typically denied access to justice. The Housing Initiative focuses on affordable housing because the lack of affordable housing is a persistent, serious social justice issue for low-income families in larger society. We have over 80,000 homeless people in Chicago, of whom 18,000 are children. Over half of the families in Cook County are rent-burdened, meaning that their rent is so high they struggle to pay for other basic necessities. Some neighborhoods in Chicago have never recovered from the Great Recession and are plagued with vacant and abandoned properties. Others are gentrifying so quickly that low-income and working-class families will soon be priced out. Our clinic is tackling all of these problems through strategic partnerships with our mission-driven clients. The Housing Initiative provides a unique opportunity for students to develop their skill set as transactional lawyers and to use those skills to tackle a pressing social problem. Students work directly with our nonprofit clients and have lots of client contact and face-to-face meetings. Some clients are all volunteer organizations. Some are established community development corporations with a professional staff. Still others are housing cooperatives, where low-income residents own and manage the building that they're living in. On our transactions, students work with sophisticated counterparties. These include local, state, and federal housing agencies, nonprofit and for-profit banks, other public interest legal aid organizations, and counsel at major law firms. On the law firm side, students gain exposure to the large, mid-sized, and small firms that work on affordable housing transactions in the private sector, primarily using the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit program. These really are lawyers who are doing well by doing good, and it can be a great practice area for students to consider as a way of combining their interest in public interest work and transactional practice. Our work results in projects that have real positive impact on families and their communities. This is one of our mixed income developments with affordable housing combined with market rate units. Families of all income categories can live together. Here's another mixed income building with award-winning architects, proving that affordable housing can be more than just functional, but also an aesthetic asset to communities. Our work includes single-family rehabs and new construction, which is important to our low-density neighborhoods in Chicago. These projects are a great source of jobs for small businesses as contractors, carpenters, masons, and laborers. At the end of the day, you can feel pretty good about what you've helped create and its positive impact on low-income families and neighborhoods. Students are encouraged to enroll in the clinic in the fall to take advantage of the classroom component of the clinic while they are also getting started on their client work. Students can also start in the clinic in winter or even in spring. Students typically stay enrolled in the clinic for a full academic year or sometimes longer, but we have a flexible program and students can participate for as long or as short a time as makes sense for them. In the classroom component in fall quarter, new students attend for 2 hours because there's a lot to learn, and returning students attend for 1 hour. Students learn about choice of entity, affordable housing finance, and the contracts typically encountered in our work. We also work on developing your skills in interviewing, negotiation, and drafting. After fall quarter, the classroom component goes down from 2 hours per week to 1 hour per week and consists of case rounds where we discuss our client work and the larger lessons about lawyering that arise from that work. You can review the law school rules on clinic participation generally in the student handbook in section 1.7. For questions about the Housing Initiative Transactional Clinic, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Jeff Leslie. I look forward to seeing you in the clinic.